across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans.
Gentlemen, your 2025 Tennessee Titans! Joey Sly.
With my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, Joey Sly, set to get this one going. Off we go from Nashville. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game. Sebastian Joseph Day in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
Mike, you said it. You mentioned just how loud it was, the energy in this building leading up to the opening kickoff. And with a sack like that on the first play of the game, this crowd's only going to get louder. And, man, we could feel it all the way up here in the booth.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. Throwing is Minshew. Over on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
On 4th down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So out come the Titans, and they are led, Greg, by Cam Ward. Same alma mater as you, University of Miami, the #1 overall pick in this past April's draft.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7.
He's at the 50-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and
2. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Pollard. He'll take this ahead for a yard, down to the 49. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak, and it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, That run, that's enough to move the chains.
And the Titans.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
That is the rookie from Stanford, Alec Iomanu. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
15 yards.
That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming down.
He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, there on the tackle.
2nd and 6.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 6. Play action. Ward. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Ward. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
So the receiver does everything right except for the most important part. He runs a nice route. He creates great separation downfield. But now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Sly's kick is good. And the Titans will take a 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Nico Remigio to bring it back. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Now after the play, looks like we have an injury for one of the Chiefs. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Minshew. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes!
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Here's Matt Ariza now. He's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Titans offense ready for their second possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. The way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Titans first down.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big game.
Tony Pollard! Will score! Tony Pollard, touchdown Titans. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. His kick is good, and the Titans are out to a 10-0 lead.
Chiefs, nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this third drive. Play action. Here's Minshew. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
As you can probably imagine, Mike, this one really burns me. I mean, man, I wish my fellow tight ends catch every ball the entire game, but to be this open and not come down with it, I'm going to have to set a reminder. Next year at TEU, we're going to have to bring out some jugs machines.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 30.
A big pickup there for the Chiefs. And even 30 yards.
First down.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be second down. Throwing again is Minshew. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Minshew going to look to throw again, And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. Running here, it's Pollard. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
It's second and 8 at the 17-yard line.
They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Pick up there of 19 yards. First down for Tennessee.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
Off the bootleg, it's Ward. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Play fake, now Ward to throw. Nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up third and 1.
They'll look to pick this up third and a yard. They'll run the sneak, and it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
Titans, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
2 first downs, and they are at the 46 now. It's first and 10. To the right side they go, and here comes Pollard. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Trent McDuffie up from his corner spot there on the tackle. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 9. Now the former Tulane star. Here's Tyjae Spears. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 11 on that one. That's good for a Titan first down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
It's a loss of 2.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go because with them running horizontal,
and he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Third and a long way to go. Now, designed run with Ward.
And Ward on the keeper.
And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the first down.
On fourth down, the former All-Pro Johnny Hecker out to punt for Tennessee. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. Fake the give, and now it's Minshew. He takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 4. Back is Minshew. Trying to set up the screen here with Pacheco. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
He'll look deep, left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Titans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. There's the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Ward. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Ward. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Minshew. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Play action now with Minshew. Right back to Kelce again. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
15 yards.
A gain there of 15. And the Chiefs have a first down.
A gain of 15.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
He is hit before he can get rid of it. And down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 12.
From the gun, here's Minshew. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
And the best offense on third downs, Mike, is to be really good on 1st and 2nd down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
Here's the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Tight end motioning left. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. Past midfield. Gets to the edge at the 30. An electrifying run, bringing it all the way inside the 15-yard line. It's a big one for Tennessee. Gains an even 70 yards.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
We've just seen it time and time again here today. He just continues to get them for big runs, and I think this one might be his best of the bunch.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's Pollard running left. And he will get into the end zone. Tony Pollard, touchdown Tennessee. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Sly now for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Titans move further out in front. It is now 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense starting to try out for this next possession. Is caught by Gray, right side. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now Minshew. He'll step up and run. And he's near the 1st down, stopped a little short of the 4.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 2 yards on the play. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
To throw, Minshew. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They just desperately need to get something positive going here, Mike. It just feels like they're a play away from really jump-starting everything they've talked about being good at throughout the course of the week's prep. And it's really been the inability to sustain drive. So critical 3rd downs, better on 1st and 2nd. Somewhere it's got to pop, and somebody's got to make a play. Really nice sequence of plays here defensively, not only to force the 3rd and long, but then you really take away all of the quarterback's options downfield, left him with nothing really else to do but to just simply throw that one away.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. On 1st down, it's Ward. That on Tony Pollard. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Out of the gun, Ward. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. On the ground, it's Pollard. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop.
2-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. He's up the sideline to the 25. And he'll be forced out of bounds. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
Really nice job by this running back here, Mike. I don't think this play was blocked particularly well. I think it was a combination of his patience and then his speed around the left side to not only pick up the 1st down, but pick up good yardage while he was at it.
That's caught. It's Jared Wiley, the tight end. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On second down, here's Minshew. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Throwing again is Minshew. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And it was really the lack of production on first and second down that put them in this hole to begin with, Mike. So I think going forward, more execution on early downs, more efficiency. Don't wait till third down to convert for a new set of downs. Be aggressive on those first and seconds and take the fight to the defense.
One hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. And bring it back out to the 20-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's second and 4. Now Pollard. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 1.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Third and 5. Here's Ward. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Here comes Smith on the return. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. On first down, here's Minshew. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We're not even at halftime yet, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has completely taken over the game. It's just sack after sack after sack. This is going to be a long day for this offensive group if the O-line doesn't figure something out here in a hurry.
They put Kelsey in motion. The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And it's going to be third down. Minshew. This one. A deep shot for Rice. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense. Automatic first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Minshew. To the outside, catch made by Worthy. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They put Kelsey in motion. Minshew going to look to throw again. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Third, they need 8. Back is Minshew. In the middle, and he's got Brown. And he will have a first down, and they're into field goal range now at the 30.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Minshew now to throw on 1st and 10.
Minshew's pass complete to number 87, Travis Kelsey. He's out of bounds at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. To throw once more. Here's Minshew. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. Third down coming up.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are finally on the board. It's 17-3.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll send their tight end left. Now, first down throw for Ward. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Jim DK. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off first and 10. Starts. It's a carry by Pollard. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Going to lose a yard.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
From the gun, here's Ward. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver. And third down coming up.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell, and what that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart. So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Short throw by the tight end, Gray. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. And a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
That's good.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Cedric Gray there to bring him down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the gun, here's Minshew. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, Mike, whatever message this coaching staff had at halftime, it clearly worked. They came out fast to start this second half. Big-time play downfield. Now, can they build on some of this momentum here as they start the third quarter?
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Chiefs are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10.
Chiefs 10.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, here's DK. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Titans offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now Ward on a designed run. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Here's 3rd and 2. To throw is Ward. Forced out left. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. First down for Tennessee.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
First down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They'll go back to Pollard on first down. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. He'll bring up third down.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
They'll run the sneak, and he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On the give, it's Pollard. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now it's Ward. It is brought in the end zone. Alec Iomanner. Touchdown Titans.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Out comes Sly for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Titans move out to a 24-10 lead.
Chiefs 10.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Remigio now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Begins with a run by Pacheco, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
at the 22-yard line.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
He'll step up and run this. A first down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
16 yards.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They put Kelsey in motion. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Chiefs first down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. Minshew gonna look to throw. Rolling to the left. Off he goes.
Holding offense.
That one on the center. Creed Humphrey. To throw, Minshew. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now, Minshew. Gonna fire. Deep ball for Rice. That is brought in. And he'll take it on in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Butker now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Chiefs back within 7. It's 24-17. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Julius Chestnut to bring it back. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Slot man in motion left. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. They get 14 on that hookup. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So they go with the 1st down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Shotgun snap for Wolf. Thrown left side, the catch is made, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45. His 2nd catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
He'll go down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They motion a receiver right. Out of the gun, Ward. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. That is George Karlaftis getting in for the sack, and that's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
Just not a lot of plays on that call sheet for the offensive coordinator for 3rd and a mile, so that's a huge sack there that they took on 2nd down, and barring something dramatic happening here, it might have just killed any chance of extending this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing is Ward. And that one's incomplete. They really ratchet switching it up, the coverage there, and they force fourth down.
Fourth down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Joey Slye back out to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Woo! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Gardner Minshew going to take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. Room to run at the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield.
It's a gain of 23.
Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Minshew. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
14 yards on the pickup there.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late. We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
And in motion is Brown. Minshew to the air on 2nd down. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. First down, KC.
Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after the catch and brings up first down.
And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. 1st and goal coming up.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
Hunt is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting.
Now Butker to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. On the return, here comes Chestnut, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. Off the bootleg, it's Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw is Ward. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. It's a gain of 19 in the air. 1st down for Tennessee.
Yards. That's good for a Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way to protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
They give to Pollard on the option. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
3 yards. And the Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
In motion, Okonkwo. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
2nd and inches. Now a handoff to Pollard. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
Gain of 8. That's another Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Play fake. Now Ward to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Now, designed run with Ward. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Titan first down.
Mike, I think every offense would love to be able to call designed runs for their quarterback, but it's so dependent of who that quarterback is. And for this team, to be able to have that guy behind center, it just adds a different element to what they can do on offense.
That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Van Jefferson there. And it'll lead to a second and goal.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense. You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the Titans are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Pollard, and he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
This is not the end. Here we go. Oh, baby. Just get it done now.
Backed up to the 3. It's second and goal. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. Pull the end zone, but it's batted away. It's incomplete. He was open for a moment. Defense closed quickly, and now it's third and goal.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
Now Ward on third and goal. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. So, here's the kicker, Joey Sly in a pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Joey Sly back out to kick this one away. Remigio now on the return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Gardner Minshew going to take over once again. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Here's 1st and 10. Look wide, get this one complete, and he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. He's got it! And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. A big one here in the 4th quarter. 56 yards.
Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
A short kick, down to the 7.
Isaiah Pacheco, the ball carrier. Devondre Swift on the stop. A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
2nd down, goal to go. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. Taking off, and this is going to be a touchdown. A game-time TD here in the final minute.
Well, there's still some time remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the touchdown that they needed to tie it, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.
So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, here's DK. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over once more. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Quick throw to RPO, and that's caught by Iomatter. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
Come on, let's play like a team.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. From the gun, here's Ward. Going for it all. And this will be incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
again, working deep downfield. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He's going to dial up another deep ball. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
And what a stop by this defense. They know the opposing offense has to go for it right now. There's not enough time for them to get the ball back and get another crack at it. They're trying to get in field goal range, and what a fourth down stop to all but end this game.
So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.